Liverpool have to brush themselves down quickly and look forward after a bruising defeat to Plymouth Argyle in the FA Cup. The Reds had little excuse for a turgid display which dumped them out of the cup in the fourth round at home park. It was always going to be a tricky game for Liverpool, so far from home in front of a fervent Plymouth support. But the task was made even more difficult by the Liverpool squad Arne Slot chose to take down to Devon. There should really have been enough quality out on the pitch for the Reds to get the job done against the Pilgrims. In short, Slot's senior players let him down. One of those who has been front and center of the criticism has been Federico Chiesa. And after Chiesa turned in a poor display, former Liverpool defender Steve Nicol has added his voice to chorus of boos. Chiesa was part of a front three which really should have been good enough to break the Plymouth backline on Sunday. But along with Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota, the Italian never really looked like causing the home team a problem. We'd argue that at least Chiesa kept on plugging away. Right up until the 99th minute, the 27-year-old was pushing and probing, trying to make something happen. According to Nicol, though, this wasn't enough. Speaking on ESPN FC, the Liverpool legend insisted that after watching what the former Juventus man served up, Slot will be hoping he doesn't need to count on him for the rest of the season. Tottenham must start taking action towards their future by sacking Ange Postecoglou, after his side were knocked out of the FA Cup following a 2-1 defeat to Aston Villa in the fourth round. This was the second competition they have been knocked out of in the span of less than a week, the first being the crushing 4-0 loss to Liverpool in the second leg of the EFL Cup semi-finals. They are left languishing in 14th in the Premier League as well, with optimism fading about any success this season. With Postecoglou dismissed, Tottenham should then look towards hiring Edin Terzic as his replacement. The former Borussia Dortmund boss was responsible for impressively navigating his men to the Champions League final last season, and he is a genuine option. Terzic, previously described as incredible, is currently without a job, having left his position as Dortmund head coach by personal request in June 2024. If Spurs are able to convince the German-Croatian tactician of their long-term project, they may be able to smooth the transition from Postecoglou's management. Initially a backroom staff member for many years at a host of clubs, Terzic later joined Dortmund as an assistant manager in 2018. He contributed a short spell as interim boss in the 2020-21 season, before taking a permanent role as manager between 2022 and 2024. In both his years at the German outfit's helm, Terzic came agonizingly close to pivotal success. On the first occasion, his side were just inches away from winning the Bundesliga title and ending the prolonged streak of their rivals Bayern Munich. Then, in the season that followed, he helped his side to the Champions League final. Terzic's experience, though short, is nonetheless impressive, and he is an ideal option to succeed Postecoglou. Barcelona cut the gap on La Liga's top two with an entertaining 4-1 win over Sevilla on Sunday, despite playing out the final half-hour with 10 men after Fermin Lopez's red card. Robert Lewandowski, Lopez, Rafinha and Eric Garcia struck for the Catalans, who were able to capitalize on leaders Real Madrid's 1-1 draw with second-placed Atletico Madrid on Saturday. Hansi Flick sparked a climb within the points of Los Blancos and moved one behind Atletico to crank up the tension in the title race. Lewandowski's early strike was cancelled out by Sevilla's Ruben Vargas, with Lopez and Rafinha pouncing early in the second half. Lopez was sent off for a high tackle, but Barcelona held out and extended their lead when Garcia nodded home late on. "Today we had to win to stay in the title race, and now we're putting the pressure on," Barca defender Inigo Martinez told DAZN. "I think the team played a brilliant match. This is the way forward. If we stay secure and solid at the back, up front we all know what our forwards are capable of." The match at Sevilla's Raymond Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium got off to an explosive start with teenage winger Lamine Yamal forcing Sevilla goalkeeper Orjan Allen into a superb save with a curling effort. Barcelona took the lead moments later from the resulting corner, played short, with Rafinha eventually crossing for Martinez to nod the ball across goal. Veteran Polish striker Lewandowski prodded home from close range after 7 minutes to reach 19 league goals and extend his lead as the division's top goal scorer. Sevilla were level almost instantly, with Ronald Araujo playing Salniguez onside and the Spaniard crossed for Vargas to turn home in the 8th minute. Araujo's unfortunate evening was compounded by an injury sustained when fouled by Saul, with Pau Cubarsí replacing him in the 22nd minute. Barca stopper Wojciech Szczesny made a good save from an acrobatic Dodi Luke Bacchio effort as the hosts, 13th, gave as good as they got in the first half. Flick sent on Lopez at halftime for Gavi, and the midfielder scored and got sent off within the space of 15 minutes. Lopez netted at the start of the second half, heading home from playmaker Pedri's inviting cross. Vargas netted from an offside position at the other end before Rafinha extended Barcelona's lead with a vicious effort from distance in the 55th minute. Lopez was dismissed for a rash high challenge on Gibril So on the hour mark, leaving the Catalans the job of protecting their lead with a man fewer. Szczesny saved low from Suso's drive, but Sevilla created little else of note as Barcelona largely kept the Andalusians at arm's length. Garcia not at home at the far post in the final stages as Rafinha's deflected cross fell kindly to him to wrap up Barcelona's emphatic victory. Marcus Rashford has thanked Aston Villa supporters for his warm welcome. The 27-year-old forward, who joined the Villains on loan from Manchester United in the final days of the January transfer window, made his debut in a 2-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup fourth round. Shortly after Morgan Rogers doubled Aston Villa's lead in the second half, Unai Emery brought on Rashford for Daniel Malin. The England international showed great promise, skipping past players, combining well with his new teammates and leading the press. It didn't take long for Rashford to make an impact, lifting fans at Villa Park from their seats when he left Pedro Porro in the dust. The United loanee couldn't mark his first appearance for Unai Emery's side with a goal, but he certainly caught the eye. After booking Villa a place in the fifth round of the FA Cup, Rashford marked the occasion with a celebratory post on Instagram, which quickly eclipsed 500,000 likes. Alongside a selection of matchday pictures, he wrote, "Thank you for the warm welcome. Great team performance." The Englishman also posted to his story, uploading a picture of himself and Rogers. Speaking to reporters after the Tottenham clash, Emery was pleased to see his new additions in action. "Andres Garcia and Malin both played in the idea we had," said the Villa boss. "They were consistent and focused. As well, Marcus Rashford and Asensio. We watched their skill and how they helped us and will help us again in the next months in the different competitions we will face. We are in a new way after the changes we did. We are demanding because we still need to improve due to some tactical issues in how we want to compete in the Premier League." AC Milan could offer Fikayo Tomori or Rafael Leao in swap deal for Joao Felix. He scored on his debut and played a key role in their hard-fought win at the weekend, with Milan likely to push to make that deal permanent at the end of the season. However, the price tag Chelsea are likely to demand is going to cause them an issue, and could force them to offer players instead to try and get the deal done. According to Calcio Mercato, the Champions League side may offer either Fikayo Tomori or Rafael Leao in any deal for Felix. Due to the Blues' previous interest in the pair, the centre-back has been a target of many Premier League sides in recent seasons. However, his previous time at Stamford Bridge could make Chelsea the favourites should they pursue that avenue. Leao, meanwhile, has been near the top of the list for the Blues for a dream winger signing ever since the new owners came into the club, and could be achievable based on the attacking strength Milan currently have, with Mikhailo Mudryk unavailable and Jadon Sancho coming off the boil in recent weeks. A left winger is likely to be high on their agenda, and there would be few better to bring in than Leao. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.